now this deserves to be heard. Hello, this is House Master here, and after a lengthy break, which I am I'm sorry, well, I am sorry in a way, here we are, my review of the original Lion King. After reviewing the atrocity of the remake, I'm glad to finally review this. And well, heads up, since I'm playing the song that we all know and love, or one of the songs we all know and love, this is going to be a good review. So, what's the story? The story focuses on a young lion named Simba. He's in line to be the next king of the Pride Lands. His father Mufasa shows him around the kingdom and teach him all the ways of being king. Simba, of course, is very reckless and gets into a lot of trouble, which his father always has to save him. But his villainous Uncle Scar is jealous of him because he was supposed to be next in line for the throne. So he teams up with a bunch of hyenas to oust Mufasa and Simba. They create a stampede of wildebeest, which Scar uses as the opportunity to kill his brother. He then convinces Simba and frames him into believing he's responsible for his father's death, and Simba runs into exile, with Scar not knowing that he's actually still alive. He joins a bunch of outsiders, a meerkat named Timon and a warthog named Pumbaa, who tell him it's okay to run away from your promise and start a new life. Simba does that, and enjoys his new life, but does feel upset but still feels a tremendous amount of guilt for the death of his father. He eventually an old friend of his, Nala, shows up and convinces him to try and come home. Simba eventually does get convinced after a little help from Rafiki of Baboon, who's a friend of his family, and Simba goes home to face off against Scar and become king of the Pride Lands. It's a big plot, and yeah, everyone now knows this is based on Hamlet. And another animated movie involving, an anime TV show about lions, Japanese one, that was created by the same person who made Astro Boy. We're not here to talk about that. I haven't even seen Kimber the White Lion. But anyway, here we are. I must say the story is big, and this story, in a way, it treats you like adults, and I'm grateful for that. I cannot have an understatement. This is a good story, and it's helped further by the animation. Oh my goodness, this is some of Disney's best animation. This is probably the best along with Bambi. It's kind of strange. My two favorite Disney animated movies might just be two of my favorite best looking animated movies from Disney involve animals with no humans around. I don't know, just me. But yeah, I love the animation. From the wildebeest stampede to the climax on Pride Rock to the opening to Be Prepared. Oh yeah, they're just so good. The characters are all memorable. You know each and every one of them. You love them. You know them to death. You enjoy them. Helped further by the amazing voice cast. Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Matthew Broderick do great as Simba as both an adult and a young cub. Taylor Thomas is the cub, Broderick is the adult. They're both amazing and they handle themselves really well. James Earl Jones is perfect as Mufasa. If you feel like... Here's the thing. Don't watch the Lion King remake. He should never have returned. This is the definitive Mufasa. I love him in this. He's perfect. Jeremy Irons is great as Scar. Definitely a very unique and threatening villain. And all the other actors are also great too. Noria Kelly as adult Nala. You've got Whoopi Goldberg and Cheech Marin as two of the hyenas. You've got Rowan Atkinson as Zazu. Of course, I'm gonna love Rowan Atkinson in anything. And Nathan Lane and Isabella as Timon and Pumbaa. There are also other actors in this, from Jim Cummings playing another one of the hyenas named Ed, and a few others as well, which I can't remember the names. Doesn't matter. Anyway, the voice acting in this is perfect. We the size of this movie. Oh my goodness, it is brilliant. It is absolutely, it's big, and it further helps. I mean, when you see Scar's paw for the first time, you will just be amazed how big it is. And who does? And I love how the opening and ending both match each other so well. It's handled both. They're both. It's a good idea to make them both the same, and I love it for it. Hang on. And then of course we have the music and the songs. The music done by Hans Zimmer is absolutely perfect. This is so far, and I'm still puzzled, the only movie Hans Zimmer has ever won an Oscar for. It's strange. I mean, he's done so many great work, and yet none of them have else won an Oscar. Come on, I wish he had won an Oscar for Prince of Egypt or Dark Knight or many of these other ones. Did he do Gladiator? Pretty sure he did. Oh, sorry about that. But regardless, this is definitely his best. Deserved that Oscar. And then, of course, we have the songs composed by Elton John and Tim Rice. They are iconic in all the right ways. You know the songs. You got "Be Prepared" as the amazing villain song. "Can You Feel Love Tonight" is a beautiful song of love and all that. You've got "Hakuna Matata" and I Can't Wait to Be King. Both really fun and upbeat songs. You know, I actually was a really big fan of "Can't Wait to Be King" when I was a kid, but you know, nowadays I enjoy it, and it's definitely one of my favorites. And "Circle of Life," well, you know what, I'm going to put it on again. It's iconic. "Circle of Life" is amazing. You can't go wrong with that. You've heard it. There have been many different remixes as well, even one done by some of the Disney Channel stars. In fact, I honestly think that remake is actually just as good as the original. Yeah, let me put it on. Oh, jeez. I know. Yeah, sorry about the ads. Don't mean to add that in. Yeah, I don't care. I love the songs. Any rendition is perfect. But there are some problems. Now, there is an extra song that was added in the special edition, which is, well, the one I own, as you can see, which is the Morning Report. Now, the original Morning Report scene is just a bit of a jokester sing on as Mufasa's trained Simba to try and take out Zazu, not kill him, just pounce him. And, well, the song is really corny. It didn't really need to be added. I do find that the adult half and the kid half clashes a little bit uneven, maybe for my liking. I mean, when I think of the first half of the movie, the adult half, even with Simba as a child, it still feels right. But when you say meet Timon and Pumbaa, they do add a bit of a kiddish half to it. I mean, the other comic relief characters like the hyenas and Zazu, they don't really bother me. They actually feel still part of the adult-centered half. But yeah, okay, maybe Ed can be taken a bit of a kiddish way, but I do find that they're a bit uneven. But I don't mind. And then there's the message. Now, I point this down in the remake that the message isn't really handled that well. I mean, I think it's a great message, but as pointed out by Doug Walker, you really could have worked it out much better. I think you could have. I mean, it's kind of complicated. I can put when I just post the web link to Doug Walker's Disney December review of The Lion King, and he might be able to give you a bit of a fair explanation as to why it's not really handled well. But with that out of the way, it still doesn't harm the movie. Honestly, it's still The Lion King, the second highest grossing anime movie of all time, and I think still, not sure anymore, but definitely the highest grossing 2D anime movie. It held the highest grossing anime movie for so long, and you could see why. If it was overtaken by Frozen. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I do not like Frozen. I'm not gonna review it yet. In fact, hold up, we'll get to that later. But anyway, but regardless, I still enjoy The Lion King. It's a perfect movie. In fact, I'm giving this a really high score. 9.5 out of 10 half stars. It has a few quirks, but you can't go wrong with this. Watch this instead of the remake. Please. And you know what? Well, that's all I can say about that. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, honestly. I really don't. I've got maybe a few smaller things to show, like special... With Avengers Endgame now coming out on Blu-ray, on being released to the board, I guess I could do something like that, but... I got a few other things I got tonight. I might have review Inception, or Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, maybe a book. But honestly, I don't really have anything planned. I'll just work it out and pick something. But guess I got only one way to find out what I choose next. But in the meantime, as reviews is out, and well, I hope you do the right thing and watch the original compared to the remake. Bye.